You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your number one source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Dean. Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's The Carrie Diaries After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's The Carrie Diaries After Show.
What is up, Carrie Diaries fans? We are back in the studio after Thanksgiving. Good to be back. This is Season 2, Episode 6, The Safety Dance. I'm your host, Danica Kennedy, and joining me, as usual,
I'm Anik Dufour.
Hey guys, I'm Annika Michelle.
What did you guys think of this episode?
I liked it. It was full of different things going on, which kept it interesting for me.
I think it was my favorite so far.
Yeah, I
agree.
Favorite episode.
I
I was kind of, honestly, I was thinking the show was gonna go down a little bit, and I felt like it was, and this episode made me get back into it again, and it felt like Sex and the City, and I got really excited.
Yeah, it brought it back up.
So we're gonna just jump right on into the juiciness. Usually we leave that for last, but can't hold back this episode.
No.
So Sex and the City, Carrie has an essay she has to write, and she's dating what's his face, Weaver. We knew there would be something wrong with him. He was too perfect. But he's such an anal writer, and he's kind of telling her what to do in every step of the process. And at first, in the beginning, he's like, you have to write something that you're really into, or like something that scares you. And she realizes that she's afraid to talk about sex, basically. She's afraid to look at condoms in the grocery store. She can't mention birth control to the pharmacist. Right. And even Maggie runs into her when she's going to the pharmacist, and she's really awkward. She's like, oh, I have a cough.
Yeah. She doesn't want to say why she's there.
Can we just, like, really quick talk about, because, like, Annika and I were watching the episode, and it just drives me insane. Like, I understand that, like, you can't go, you know, and, like, change everything in, like, a setting and stuff like that. But it just seems to me that it's, like, this season has gone like more of like not so 80s-ish, because like I'm watching them walk, but at the same time it's like I'm looking at like the products on the shelves, and it's stuff that didn't exist back in 1986, like the contact solution, the complete Claire thing. I just got that a couple years ago. Okay. Last time I checked, we're in 2013.
Product placement in television.
I know.
So it's like, okay, this is supposed to be 1986. Why is that there? Why does that even like exist?
They don't really stick to the period very well.
No, they don't.
Like Mad Men does a great job at sticking to the time period, but Carrie Diaries isn't holding up on that as much.
I forget it's supposed to be in the 80s. Like you said, like you commented on her sweater. You're like, that's really cute. I wonder if I can get that Forever 21 now.
Probably.
Yeah. Like the first season I loved because it stuck so much to like the era and the 80s and stuff. And now here it's kind of like it's not sticking.
But I feel like that's not, I mean, obviously I'm not putting blame on anyone, but like it's the actors are handed their clothes, and you know they have no saying what goes on the sets and stuff. So it's like obviously the people in production, like
it's not the actors
at
all.
It's money too. Yeah. It's product placement. They're probably having designers give clothes to them to show off, so people will go out and buy them at Forever 21. People like us that are like, that's cute. Can I get it?
Yep, sure can.
Yeah, probably. That's how it works in this town. Sadly,
so true.
I felt like they were really sticking to the 80s though. The first season, And then now it's getting better plot-wise, like more Sex in the City, like Adventures in the City, but less of that 80s, like original kind of, not original, just unique, because there's no shows that are filmed now that take place in the 80s, really, that I can think of.
No, I can't think of any.
Well, Carrie, it's so funny. She really does, she wants to talk about sex, of course, for her essay. And I love that we already know that she's going to be a sex columnist because everything she says, she's like, I can never see myself doing this later on.
For like a living.
For a living, like writing about this city or about sex is like, well,
That's
we know
funny.
what you're going to do.
Right.
Yeah. And we know how many more relationships like this she's going to go through.
So true.
With all these deep talks. But what do you guys think about Weaver?
Go ahead.
Just opinions.
I like her better with Sebastian.
Me too.
Yeah.
And she likes her better with Sebastian, like, as we all saw. I mean, I think the actor is good. He's doing a good job playing, you know, her boyfriend or whatever he is. But when they kissed and they were walking, we were watching together, and I was like, that was just not, like, there was no romance.
Yeah, there's no chemistry between
No
them.
chemistry. That's what I meant. Not
Exactly.
romance.
That's what I felt about him too. At first, I was very excited because he's really hot.
Right. He's
So I
super
was
cute.
like, you go, Carrie. But now I'm like, you have issues. And he's so controlling with her essay. He's like, no, you have to pick a different topic, and you need to do this, you need to do that. And she's like, well, you're hurting my feelings now. And she ended up just writing about sex anyways because Sebastian actually told her to write about something that makes her happy.
Right.
After she threw paper at him backwards on accident.
Whoopsie. I have to say that really fast because I noticed this when this was going on. This episode must have been shot like near the summertime because when she was laying on the bed, like, and like they were having sex or finished or whatever, and she has her little cute little bra on, she had major tan lines going on, and it wasn't anything bad. It was just like, oh dang, this must have been shot like in the
just came back from
summer
vacation.
because it was like major. It wasn't even like trying to hide. It was like, oh hey, tan lines, there's the bikini top, you know. But it was cute. I liked her bra though, very cute bra. But
They don't make it look like winter at all, though. I don't know what time period it's really
Well, she
supposed to
said,
be.
I can feel, as they were walking, she's like, I could feel fall is like starting.
Oh,
and that's
okay.
when he went and put his jacket on her.
And
the jacket.
So I'm
we
thinking
definitely need to
possibly
talk about
like
that.
late August,
well,
September.
Sebastian's house had 2 pumpkins on the front porch. And I thought it was supposed to be like Christmas. I'm like, why are they still keeping rotten pumpkins? But clearly it's not Christmas
Yeah,
time.
didn't they already have Thanksgiving?
I feel like they did, though. That's what I'm saying.
it should be Christmas,
No, they didn't have
right?
Thanksgiving.
They had like Halloween or
Oh,
something.
no, they had Halloween. That's what
They
it
had
was.
Halloween.
So why
yeah.
is there pumpkin sitting there? Like, it's going to
Still
rot.
fall.
It's true, I guess.
Their fall lasts longer than ours in real life.
It does.
Apparently. We need to talk about
TV
that
time.
jacket, though.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay, so Carrie and Weaver are having issues with their relationship because of the essay, basically. And they end up having this talk at the end. And she's kind of breaking up with him, saying, like, it's not working, you're kind of too controlling, and I need someone that's not going to critique me all the time. I need someone that's going to, like, you know, be in a relationship with me.
Yeah.
Right.
And he lets her know that he snooped in her diary and read more than what she thought, and he knows all about her fat crush on Sebastian and how she's still in love with him. And so that kind of just ended badly.
Right.
And then she came running back to Sebastian with his old jacket, which she was planning on getting rid of. And her dad said something to her, like, don't get rid of things right away because you never know when you're going to want it later. Which is so true. There's things like that, like old boyfriends or whatever. I'm like, ugh, forget you in the moment. And then later I'm like, oh, that was kind of a cool jacket. I wish I had it.
Yeah. Right.
She goes to his place and sees Maggie sleeping on the couch through the window and leaves the jacket on the front porch and takes off.
And then he comes back and picks up the jacket and realizes that Carrie just left, and that's pretty much done. I don't think it is, but I mean, this episode, that was...
I'm curious, I mean, not to dive into predictions yet, but how Sebastian's going to handle that. Because he obviously knows that Carrie saw Maggie and did it because of that.
Yeah.
And it's like, how are you going to handle that? Either by, like, ignoring it and moving on or addressing it. So,
Should be
good.
good.
Each other.
Should be good.
Okay, since we're still talking about New York, I want to quickly talk about Bennet and Walt. So Bennet got a place in Alphabet City, this sketchy area in New York, and Walt is scared to go there. And this part of the story really hit home for me because I've sprayed myself in the face
Have
with
you
my
really?
own pepper spray, and that's what Walt does in this
Poor
episode.
baby.
I did it.
We were laughing so hard. We're
It
like, oh my
hurts so
God.
bad. It's the worst pain ever. And like it gets in your nose and your eyes. Ugh. but he basically scares
just see
himself. Mine was bad because it leaked on my hands, and then I was in the car and I was like going to fix my makeup, and I went like this, and then I was like, I can't see.
Oh my God.
It was my first day of work training, so that was lovely.
Wonderful.
Fun times. But I mean, they didn't really touch that much on those characters.
No.
They just basically touched on them enough to be like, oh, they're still adorable and
They're still going together.
Yeah, they're still together. But the Maggie and Sebastian plot is a little bit spicy. They have a very similar lifestyle, even though Maggie's like the poor one and Sebastian's the rich one. They're both very lonely and alone and kind of lost.
Yeah.
And they feel like they can't be heard. And they have a talk at school. They're kind of hanging out at school a little bit. And she just straight up gets up and goes to puke in a trash can.
The first thing I said, though, when she got up, I'm like, she's pregnant.
That's
true.
what I thought, too.
She's
When
pregnant.
she felt sick, I was like, she is preggers. Which she was. She got a
is,
pregnancy
yep.
test. And what is that cop's name?
Simon.
Simon. Okay. The douchebag. We can
Right.
call him that, too. So she goes and talks to Simon. It's obviously his baby because he's the only person that she's been sleeping with. And he was not supportive at all. He was
at
like,
all.
I'm engaged. You know that this is just this and nothing more. And she was like, we can make this work out. I know I'm young, but my parents will understand and they'll learn to like it. And he was
Yeah.
just like, no, you need to abort it. She doesn't even have the money to get it aborted. So she doesn't even know what to do. She's totally lost, has no one to go to, can't go to her parents because they're going to kill her.
Yeah.
So she goes crawling to Sebastian and starts drinking, which you're not supposed to do. when
Not
you're
at all when
pregnant.
you're pregnant.
But she's a lost soul. And she's like, I didn't drink that much. She says that at one point. But she comes on to him and basically tries to have sex with him. And he was like, no, can't do this again. And he even asked her, like, what's wrong? There's
You're
something
here.
wrong with you. Like, you
Right.
showed up on my doorstep. Like, you've been acting weird. And then she breaks down and tells him, which was good because he is the only supportive person or
she has.
character that she has.
Yeah.
And he's so nice. I love Sebastian.
Yeah.
He's so sweet and so cute. He's like, you can just stay here for the night, relax. We'll talk about options in the morning, and I'm there for you.
It's so sweet.
Adorable. But of course, Carrie sees it
her.
all wrong. Do you guys think
That could
they
be
have a
misconstrued in
future?
a lot of ways, though. I mean, if I
Yeah.
walked in and I saw some girl and, like, the guy I used to like or like currently I was with, and that's my friend, I'd be like, what the hell?
Well,
is
and they've
going
hooked
on?
up, so they have history.
But then it's a lot better finding her on the couch
Than,
alone
like-
than in her bed.
Then in his bed.
with his clothes on, you know?
And she's clothed. So,
yeah. And then she's clothed in her clothes. She's not even wearing his clothes to bed, you know?
It's fine. I feel like if it's explained, but Carrie's so weird about sex still that maybe she's like, oh, they're hanging out, you know?
Yeah.
She doesn't,
Now, there goes their little, like, meeting that she was supposed to have with Maggie.
Right.
I know, right?
Trying to reconcile
around.
things.
Yeah.
It's true.
Mouse, this whole episode, she's there for the whole condom thing in the grocery store, but besides that, she just wants to go to Harvard and she doesn't want to go to a safety school. And then at the end, she decides she's going to have her backup school be NYU. That's basically her plot line. She's the token Asian. I have to say it. Dating the token black guy.
That's
Did
true.
you notice her pin?
yeah.
We noticed her pin.
Did you
What
notice?
did it say?
Nothing. It
It
was
didn't
like
say nothing. It was a computer.
computer, like a full-on desktop computer on her
Oh, I did
sweater, and I was like, seriously? We get it.
We get it.
You don't need to put a gold pin on. We understand.
That's kind of hipstery, though, in like a weird way.
Right?
Hipster nerd.
Like 80s, I guess. Yeah, it was just weird. I was like, it's kind of a weird costuming choice, but all right. Not her choice.
She's the nerdy Asian.
She is a nerdy
gotta-
Asian for
They gotta
sure.
deck her out in all sorts of laptops.
Yeah.
I guess. Ugh. Well, what else happened this episode? I feel like there were more.
Well, we have
juicy.
Samantha.
have to talk about.
Oh, Samantha
that's
and
what made it
Larissa, the
okay.
menage a trois without the trois.
Yeah, Larissa. She's like, I don't have threesomes. I have menage a trois.
Which is pretty much the same
same
thing, but in
thing,
a
yeah.
different language.
But yes.
Because anyone
sounds so much
noticed
better,
so
though.
much better in French.
Sounds so much
Everything.
better.
French kissing, French fries.
Everything's much better in French.
Everything sounds amazing in French. Anyways,
A
go on.
romantic language.
It is.
Well, Carrie, even though she's very awkward at sex, so she calls up her most promiscuous and vulgar friends, Larissa and Samantha, who don't get along at all. And I love how Samantha was in those clear plastic stripper heels, by the way, and Larissa was hating on them.
She's like, you got that from Candy? No, Sapphire.
Yeah. Another stripper name.
That's totally fine.
I like how like now Larissa is like talking to Carrie.
Yeah.
Because like they weren't
They
talking.
were weird for a while.
Yeah.
So they're chill again.
Yeah.
They never really like resolved how they made that up, but maybe it just blew over. Didn't address it.
Possibly.
But Samantha and Larissa have an interesting relationship. They end up sleeping together before the guy comes over. They were going to have a threesome.
Right. Where is Harlan?
Well, I think...
What happened to him?
I don't know, but wasn't it supposed to start off... I don't think it was supposed to start off as a threesome. I think it was supposed to be like, oh, well, what do you do to turn on guys? Like, kind of thing to, like, show each other off. And then instead of, like, well, let me just show on nothing, I think it was supposed to be like... I think it was supposed to be, I don't know. I don't think it was a planned threesome. It was supposed to be like, oh, what do you do to turn on guys? Well, I'll show you what I do. I'll show you my tricks and moves. And they end up showing it on each other. And Harlan is MIA because he doesn't know this menage a trois is happening. So they whip out the video camera, the VHS tape, people.
VHS. They gotta keep that forever. Memories.
Yeah, they whip out the VHS tape and there it is. Like, hey, Harlan, there you are. And they're like at it on each other.
He's like, Samantha's like wearing his dominatrix type like leather get up.
I wonder if this is gonna turn into a thing.
A lesbian
affair with like a crazy breakup where Carrie like takes Samantha's side and that's how they kill off Larissa, which they better not because I like Larissa.
Kill off
her character.
She's dead.
She's dead.
I could see that. Out of these characters, these two would be the ones to have like a lesbian romance relationship.
I mean, they already are.
It's happening without the man. They're doing the menage a trois without the trois.
Yeah,
just having sex with each other. Samantha's in leather with chains, and then Larissa was in like a silky
white
robe.
Yeah, it's so funny. One's in like dark and black. That was
like
white
angel and devil.
Yeah, I was like, oh, exactly. Okay. We see what's going on here.
I feel like they're gonna keep hooking up.
Oh, I could totally see that. Oh, look, Harlan's not
Two
coming
gay
tonight.
couples. They have a gay couple, so they need a lesbian couple now to even it out. But they're so horny, you know, that they're not just gonna have sex with each other. They're gonna be like hooking up with
orgies.
other people. They're gonna have orgies.
Group parties.
Yeah, CW. Just CW orgies. So like PG-13.
Right. And this show's PG-13, so
surprisingly, it pushes it a little, but not too bad.
No. It's not like it's on, HBO or something where you could see everything.
Not that crazy. Not like the real Sex in the City.
Yeah, exactly.
Darn it.
That'd be kind of weird though because they're young, but
yeah, it's a little creepy to watch it. I don't know. Yeah, it's just creepy because they're underage.
They are. Well, not in real life, but that. Yeah. Anyways, on that lovely note of menage a trois and fun stuff, it was good. I liked it. Overall.
Yeah, I did too. I mean, minus the whole like situation where stuff like that didn't, happen, like products and stuff in the drugstore. It wasn't around in circa.
Besides the like not sticking with the 80s
right
whole thing.
Right.
I feel like the show is gonna get better and I really hope it does because I really liked this episode, so I hope it keeps going this direction. But I feel like it might like kind of go back to the whole Connecticut thing, go back to Sebastian for a while, but at the same time that might just be done, but I doubt it.
Yeah.
Side note, Dorrit and Dorrit wasn't in this episode. Neither was not Walt. What's Mouse's guy's name? West. But
he was in there.
He was in it for
like
one scene.
Yeah.
Oh. Dorrit wasn't in it, which I was a little surprising because there was a couple scenes at home where you would think she'd come in and try to like steal the sweaters or the clothes or like, I don't know, be a sister, but it's interesting, that's all.
I feel like they either focus on her relationship, like every other episode it's like family relationship. Like they focus on one a little bit more. So maybe next week they'll have the family in it a little bit more.
She can only work so many hours too. She's like 15 or 14 or something. So maybe
she's really young?
Yeah, she's a baby.
Okay, I can see
so like
that.
maybe that's why.
They're like, look, we're running late on this production. You're out.
Yeah.
Your cut, girl.
Your
Sorry about
cut.
that.
You're too young to stay this late.
That would sad. Suck. Oh my gosh, but it was good. I liked it.
I enjoyed it too. Well, should we get into some predictions?
Yes.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Okay, do you guys think that Maggie is going to keep that baby?
I think, here's my prediction. I actually told Annika when this happens, there's going to be two things that I think are going to happen. Either Sebastian is going to give Maggie the money for the abortion, or he's going to take responsibility for it and pass it off as his own.
That's what I was thinking too.
That's
He's
what I'm
gonna
thinking.
like be there as a parent or like a shoulder for her to cry on either way, I think.
Yeah. That's what I think. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We don't see the end of Weaver yet. So I think he's in for a couple more episodes.
He is in for a couple more episodes. So.
And I know that like I'm hoping that she like takes him down for what he did.
I feel like she's gonna have sex with him again. Like try to work it out and then it won't work out and they'll break up.
I don't know. Did they break up this episode?
They didn't really break up, but they just fought. I feel like they're gonna like try to salvage it though, and then maybe break up in a few episodes. An official
breakup. Well, he still has a few more episodes to be in, so I mean, I don't know.
Interesting. Well, also we know that Carrie saw Maggie was at Sebastian, so she's not gonna go straight to Sebastian now. Well, she did already, and it didn't really work.
Right.
So
no.
I think Sebastian is probably gonna go to her and be like, okay,
explain everything.
Yeah,
because he saw her leave. He's like, oh geez.
He was really friendly with her at school too when he came up and she was trying to write and having a hard time. I like them together.
I do too. I want them to get back together. I don't think that he's going to claim the baby as his. I think he's just going to support her but not say this is my child. I can't see Sebastian taking responsibility for that child, especially if it's not his. I mean, it's blonde hair, blue eyes. It can pass as his, but I don't think he's going to say he's the dad. I think he'll just be there to support, but not to...
Yeah, maybe not like adopt, but I think he would be there to help raise it because he has like a missing part in his life too.
He does.
Do you guys have anything else to add before we wrap this baby up?
I don't.
I'm good.
All right. Well, thank you for watching, everyone. You can find them. Tell us where you guys could be found online.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Anik Dufour.
You can find me on Twitter at Annika_Michelle, at Instagram AnikaMichelle1, and my website AnikaMichelle.com.
And you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Danica Kennedy. Thanks for watching.
Thanks, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
The views expressed herein are those of the host only.
See you later. We're off.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.